doing square root x. So given a non-negative integer x, return the square root of x rounded down to the nearest integer. The returned integer should be non-negative as well, and you must not use any built-in exponent function or operator. Interesting. Okay, so it's asking us to basically return the closest integer, which makes this up the square root of x, but it has to be an integer. It can't be decimal. So what I'm thinking is we just go through every single number in a loop and try to multiply it by itself to then see if it equals our target. And then if it does equal the target, that means that that number is the square root, obviously. If it's greater than the target, that means that it's the number before this number, because we're rounding it again. So for example, in this case, x equals 8. So if we were to look at 3, it's greater than the target, so which means that our actual number is the one that comes before this number. So 2, because we're not just rounding to the closest integer, we're rounding always to the lowest integer. So it seems to make sense, this method. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Yeah. Okay. So while. Okay. So let's do this. Int count equals 0. Okay. So while I guess we'll start at 1. Int count equals 1. We'll do while count is smaller than x. And then we'll do int squared. So squared equals count times count. If squared is equal to x, return count. Otherwise, if squared is greater than x, return count minus 1. And then just here we'll do return -1, although it should never actually even reach this. Although actually here we'll just do return x, but again, yeah, I don't think it should reach it. And yeah, I think this makes sense. Sorry, this shouldn't be here. While count is smaller than x, squared equals count times count, so we're squaring the number. If squared equals x, return count. Otherwise, if squared is greater than x, return count minus 1. Okay, let's give it a run. Okay, time limit exceeded. I wonder why. Because in this case, count will first be 1. While count is smaller than x, squared equals count times count, which is 1. Oh, sorry, we should be incrementing count. Sorry about that, but yeah, count plus plus. There we go. Okay, let's see if it works with everything. While count is smaller than x, squared equals count times count. 2. 4. I'm just trying to think. Why did it not work for this case? It seemed to have worked for pretty much every other case, but for 2, so the square root of 2 is a decimal, which rounded down should be 1. I guess it's because 1 is let me think. I guess it because it goes from 1 4. Okay, well it should be doing 1 times 1 equals squared, which is smaller than 2. And then it should be going to 2, and it should be saying 2 times 2 equals 4. While count is okay. I guess it's because while count is smaller or equal to x. I think that's why. It's because I have to, because in this case count would be 2, because 2 times 2 equals 4, but it's not even entering the loop for that case. What? I'm just trying to think. Okay. I'll count smaller than x, and then so if I remove this, there's no time limit. Okay, you know what? I might just add in this edge case if x equals 2, turn 1, because it seems to be some sort of outlier that I cannot fix because of the time limit. Sorry, another equal sign here. Okay. And then maybe I'll just put this in here. Not sure why these cases didn't work, but judging from the fact that acceptance rate is so low, I think these might be some type of outliers that don't really work. Okay, there we go.